What's up, wrestling fans? Ratt Man Rich Former with your Ratt Report. Listen, I'm thinking about changing things up a little bit. I kind of want to get myself out there a little bit more. Maybe a page, a group. I have a few things actually on my Facebook, linked to my Facebook, that I really don't do nothing with. There were ideas and never really followed it from there. Different places, different things. But I'm thinking about doing something. I'm trying to get rid of, clean out my Facebook. Maybe I'll make a new one. It'll be another one. Trying to clean it out. But did you ever try to clean your house when you have kids? You parents out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You pick up a toy, you take it back, and you put it in your kid's room, boy or girl, doesn't matter. They are walking behind you with another one and carrying that toy out and setting it in the living room. That's what I do. I take the stuff out, but I bring it right back in again. Something else. Completely different. So, anyway, I'm thinking about doing that. And also, I'm thinking about doing... talking to other fans about wrestling. That's what we love, right? Just maybe going around. I always carry my cell phone with me. It has video camera. Actually, this thing is pretty nifty. It does everything, but it's an iPhone 5. I am not advertising, so right there to you people who think I'm advertising, advertise this. And I want it to send me through time because it's so high tech. This thing is fancy that I want to go through time. I want to go to the future. I want to go to the past and laugh at myself when I had a mullet and attack myself and shave my own head and grew it out right. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, hey, little kid takes the toy back. Parent trying to, yeah, you get it. So anyway, so that's the idea. The idea came to me. It was something I kicked around a few times and never really gave it much of a thought afterwards. And then my friend William Wright had asked me if I would consider doing having a co-host. I'm not a fan of co-hosting. I don't know. I thought about it too, because it'd be nice to have somebody else talk besides myself. But anyway, I would like to have William on the show and get another perspective. He's a WWE fan, which I am not. I do keep up on it. I keep up on it. I follow it. I don't watch it. I don't know any other way to explain it. But I go into talking about pro wrestling, one of the two greatest groups on Facebook today, yesterday, or any other day, and I follow the threads. I follow the posts, the news, the rumors, the updates. Just a little taste. Come out and check us out. Talking about pro wrestling. We cover everything wrestling. There's indie stuff in there. There's TNA stuff. There's ROH stuff. There's WWE stuff. Once GFW, Global Force Wrestling, comes out, Jeff Jarrett, we'll be covering that in there. There's still posts that, if you follow any of the GFW stuff, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm thinking about it. It's all in the works. I'm thinking about. I really want to get William White on the show. We would spend hours and hours and hours talking about nothing but wrestling. We work together. We're personal friends, and when we were at work, it was work, wrestling. Believe it or not, we would talk wrestling so much. It was a whole group session thing because a lot of us liked it. And we would just all talk. It was so great that we would talk and work at the same time. I know, it's amazing. But we got shit done. Anyway, that's that. And it's my ideas. I got a few people that I would like to have come here, or I go there, or maybe I'll just be talking to a stranger out, and I'll, bam, hey, do you mind if we do this? And it'll be a selfie thing, so it would be like me holding the thing up like this, going, here, talk. Something like that. But anyway, ideas. Let's get on with the show now that I've talked your fucking ear off. Good show. It reminded me of the one night onlys pay-per-views that they have, where it's focused under one thing. However, this had a bit of a twist to it. It was nice to see that that Impact Wrestling actually had 5 matches, or 6 matches. Count them, 6 matches. You gotta find the camera. 6 matches, as opposed to 5 every single week, like they do have. Next week is gonna be Gail Kim versus Havoc, which is, I'm looking forward to that. I predict Havoc winning. Austin Aries is going to call out a champion. I didn't get to that part yet. So, there's a spoiler for later on the show. We'll get to why. And the Wolves are going to make their announcement for their stipulation in a tag team match. It could be the finals. Every team has won every single match. So, this could go another, it's going to only take one more, so whoever wins it, I have a feeling it's going to be chairs. We're going to see Full Metal Mayhem. I don't know. I guess that's that. The Wolves, I don't know. I think they're going to have chairs, and we're going to see tables, and we're going to see ladders, because Dudley's have the tables, the Hardys have the chairs, or the ladders. Why not give the Wolves the chairs? Say, come on in. Concerto. I see something from the past coming back. TLC. It'd be a good one. Anyway, that's a prediction, and I predict the Wolves winning. I don't read spoilers, so I don't know, but these are my predictions, and I've predicted quite a few things, which is kind of sad when you think about it. So tonight's matches were the Gold Rush. New York City Gold Rush matches. They were all pretty good. I think that the matches should have been better. MVP versus Low Key opened it up. It was good, but the way I see it is, I think Caval more. I'm more of a. I keep saying Caval, but it's Low Key. I'm more of a Low Key fan than I am an MVP. I didn't like him in Japan. I didn't like him in WWE. I'm not going to deny his ability at drive-by. That would hurt if I got hit by it. But man, I gotta say, I'm just not a fan. I don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. Low Key, I've seen this man train. I've seen this man throw down. I like his attitude. I like his positivity. I like everything about him. I'm not just saying that because I'm more, well, it is what it is. I don't like MVP at all. I don't like him at all. I'm not gonna say anything bad about his ability in the ring, but I just don't like him. He won. He gave Low Key nice kick to the face. It wasn't a bad match. Like I said, I think it could have been better, but it was good all the same. And interesting fact about this, and just in case nobody caught it, the whole entire purpose of the Gold Rush is to put 5 guys at the end of the match, at the end of the night, all in a main event together. Whoever wins gets a title shot for a title of their choosing. Let's just throw it out there. Not the Knockouts title. Who held it before? I don't remember who held it before, but there was a guy who held the Knockouts titles. And then Eric Young was co-holder of the Knockouts tag titles with ODB. Bam! But anyway, that's it. Bromans, they're just idiots. They're just idiots. Robbie E has zero talent. He has some talent, but when he faced Tajiri tonight, it was terrible. He should have stayed home. He should have just stayed home. And I understand it's all about the show, but at least give us something else. Something else besides boom. And hey, look at me. I've got big hair and I'm from the Jersey Shore. I know people from Jersey, and let me tell you something. They all don't act like those Jersey Shore Guidos on MTV that everybody likes. Oh, I'm Cookie, or whatever my name is. I don't know any of them. But hey, I'm a Guido. I've got muscle. Whatever. Sometimes you just want to kick him in the head. Straight up, just kick him in the head. I don't like Robbie either. I met him. He seemed like an idiot then. I didn't like him. Normally, I would say I'm not going to take anything away from his ability, but I just don't. I'm not a fan. I think that idea, I seen it coming. It was a loose tease when they said hi to each other backstage, Jesse and Robbie E. I seen it coming, and I thought, hey, that would be a good tag team. And then they got together, and I think they could have done better. Jesse Goddard's. I didn't know he was part of Big Brother. I don't watch Big Brother, maybe that's why. I didn't know he was on that. I do know that he is former one half of the former OVW tag team champions. I seen him in OVW. I was impressed. I wouldn't take away his tag team ability. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Buff Bagwell with his flexing the muscles and this whole whatever. I don't know. But with Robbie E and Zema Ion, they're the Three Stooges. That camera right there. That camera. Yeah, that camera. Oh, I see that camera. That camera that's looking at us. Yeah. Whatever. Social media already ruined it. We all know Bubba Ray is with Velvet Sky and Brooke Tessmacher is with Robbie E. We all know that. And Robbie E announced actually tonight that he's going to be on the Amazing Race with Brooke Tessmacher. There's a camera right there. There's a camera. Let's just move on. Robbie E versus Tajiri. I had to bring that up. I take notes, and I have to follow script, or you're just gonna get a bunch of stupid shit. Worse than what you're getting now. But Robbie E versus Tajiri. First ever. Same with MVP and Low Key. First ever. There's a lot of first evers all the way through this. Austin Aries and Nux, Anderson and Magnus have fought each other, I do believe, before. Abyss and Sam Shaw, I don't think ever have. But Tajiri, very impressive, of course. He's older. ECW, oh my god. And Taz talks so much stuff about ECW. Tajiri won. Hit him with the miss. I'm so excited. Hit him with the miss, and I kicked him with that roundhouse kick. Man, this Robbie just like went boom, hit the mat. He went straight limp. Last time I've seen somebody go that limp was when Ronda Rousey won her match. She won her match in 16 seconds. That was impressive. She beat that girl 10, 10, bam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the referee was like, okay, that's enough. That girl was like, had her up like this, just kind of like. Before that was another UFC roundhouse kick. That was great times, great times. I don't remember who it was. I just remember that was some great knockouts. That was a great knockout. That kick. So that puts MVP and Tajiri right up in there with the New York City Gold Rush. It's hard to say. I want to say Texas Gold Rush and Yukon Gold Rush and all that, but Austin Aries versus Knox. Is it me or the bigger guys? I'm going to touch on this a little bit later. Is it me or the bigger guys in TNA jobbing? We all know that the Menagerie is a group of jobbers. It's something about an arcade. They're trying to raise money to save the carnival and the arcade and everything that the parents or whatever have, and they're trying to raise money to save this, and they owe all this money, so they're trying to pay it off. But call me old school, but don't you have to win matches to get paid? Everybody gets paid. Everybody gets paid. But the winners go to the pay window. The losers go home and wait for the check. You get me? How are you paying your bills when you don't have any money because you don't win matches? It's a contradiction in professional wrestling, but it's not lost in translation. You get what I mean. Nux hasn't won a match since his first match. I haven't even seen him wrestle too much. I thought it was going to be Crazy Steve, to be honest with you, and it ended up being Nux. Austin Aries just beat the snot out of him. The only thing that I seen impressive from Nux was his agility. Handsprings, spring ups, cartwheels. I am 39 years old. I weigh 215 pounds. I have not worked out in a few months. But even when I was steady working out, steady hardcore working out, I couldn't even do a cartwheel. And I'm only 215 pounds, and there's little 3-year-olds that are doing it. Okay? Nux! This man stands 6'7", 6'5", 800,000 miles high, close to 300 pounds or 300 pounds, and he's doing cartwheels all over the ring and doing handsprings. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I'm gelling in my souls right now. I am so jealous. But the only thing that was impressive about the entire match was the suicide dives, obviously, and Austin Aries getting Nux up in the brain buster. Oh, I'm sorry, he's left-handed. Up in the brain buster and dropping him. He got him up there. He held him up there for a good second, and then he dropped him. It was like he got him up 1 second, bam, and dropped him and got the win. I was expecting a chancery, last chancery, to get on because I didn't think he was going to be able to get him up. But he got Bully Ray up though, so I'm not surprised, but I'm still impressed because little Austin Aries, this guy stands 5-something, shorter than me, but he is freaking stacked in person, strong as hell, obviously. But he got the win. Magnus versus Mr. Anderson. I thought it was cool when Anderson came out and he had the fan scream, Anderson into the mic. I think that fan's pee-pee twitched a little bit. I could be wrong. At the end of the night, I'm going to say this though, at the end of the night, Mr. Anderson came out and was right next to a fan because the fan had his camera up. He had his camera up videotaping Mr. Anderson's entrance, and he was right there in his face screaming Mr. Anderson. It was awesome. I like the fan interaction like that. That's why I like the TNA shows, the ROH shows, the 2CW shows, all the independent shows. They have more of a fan interaction. Not like breakdancing bunny rabbits and saying, "Hey!" I don't like that. Okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. If I ever do that, I want somebody to come to my house and hit me right here in the head with a tack hammer. I'm just going to keep right on doing it. I'll do it. Magnus versus Mr. Anderson. That was a good match to hype. It was a good match. It was a good match. I was happy to see that there was no interference through any of the night. None of the matches had interference from anybody. It was great to see, and I say that because of Magnus and Braum, how they help each other out. Same with MVP, Kenny King, and Lashley usually come and interfere. But see, Eric Young wasn't involved in this night. I wonder why. He could be out filming his new shows, or maybe they just decided again. Hey, I think EY was a good champion. He was a good mid-card champion, good tag team champion. I thought he was a good, he defended his title every week, whereas at that time Cena wasn't. Daniel Bryan just gets the title, and he defended it twice in one night. A few times. He would wrestle a couple times one night. EY was the same way. I'll wrestle all night. I'll wrestle 5 matches, and then I'll go in and defend my title. With Janice sticking out of my head. Just saying, he's king of extreme. He's very extreme. That's why he goes to the top ropes. That's why his matches are off the hook sometimes. But did you notice that Mr. Anderson won that match, by the way, with the mic check. I'm sorry, I got off key here and moved on. I just want to throw this out there. They were talking about the Dudleys tonight, and they showed a video package, and when they talked about the greatest team in history of professional wrestling, I just want to point out that they showed the Road Warriors. It was only Road Warrior, Animal. I'm not sure why. Probably some kind of licensing crap from Vince McMahon up north. You can't take anything from the World Wrestling Federation. World Wrestling Entertainment. I said Federation on purpose. Well, brother. Anyway. Yeah. So, but they showed them, and I thought that was great because I put those two up there together as my 2 top tag teams of all time. And you can't deny it. Dudley's right now are current 2CW tag team champions, unless they lost against the Bucks. Which I don't even think that match has happened yet, but they are 24-time World Tag Team Champions. There are no other team in professional wrestling history that's ever reached 24. And I counted the Bucks, though they have held 3 titles together at the same time, or 2 titles at the same time. They still haven't reached maybe 15. Maybe 15. There are no other teams out there, and I've checked. There are no other tag teams out there who have ever held 23 World Tag Team Championships. Dudleys and Road Warriors. Only 2. So I thought that was cool that they showed the Road Warriors considering, and the Dudleys used the Doomsday device. I really wish they wouldn't do it because it's sloppy. It's sloppy. I watched a match with the SST versus the Road Warriors from, I don't remember the year now, 89 I think it was, Clash of Champions. And that Doomsday device sent Fatu in a flip and he landed on his face. I've seen them do a flip in the air and land on their heads. Everybody out there, whoever's, if you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. If not, YouTube the Road Warriors. Hawk and Animal. I'm talking AWA, NWA, WCW, WWE. Watch all the way through. Greatest tag team out there with the Dudleys. Look up the Dudleys from 96 on. Look them up. Look at that match. Simone SWAT team versus the Road Warriors. Clash of Champions. Great match. Let's just go on. Next week will be the announcement, and then I believe it's the match, the final tag team match. The tag team series match is going to be at Bound for Glory. I do believe. Don't quote me on that. It's late. It's 9:51 here on the East Coast. Blah. This is what I do. Abyss versus Samuel Shaw. This is what I was talking about earlier. The bigger guys are starting to job. Nux is nowhere near the caliber of Abyss. I would like to see those two throw down and beat the shit out of each other in some kind of a match where they both walk out bloody. That's what I would like to see because they're both big guys. Nux will probably lose again, but it would be nice to see him get his ass kicked again, I guess. I guess it would be boring, so maybe not. But Abyss, you know, since Hulk Hogan, I blame a lot of crap on Hulk Hogan. I give him a lot of crap. But since Hulk Hogan came with Immortal, and he did that whole thing with Abyss, oh, you know, brother, you're special. You're going to wear my boots, brother. And you're going to wear my colors, brother. And we're going to put our music together, brother. And then you're going to be the ultimate, the immortal Abyss, brother. Hey, hold that thought. Brooke is calling me. I need to rub lotion on her butt, brother. I had to get rid of it. I had to. It makes me mental thinking about Hulk Hogan, and my father loved Hulk Hogan. And we would go back and forth about it. Don't even get it started. Because he's somewhere here, floating around, saying, well, I like Hulk Hogan. Because that's what he did. Rest in peace, pup. Anyway, Samuel Shaw held out his hand. They shook hands at the beginning of the match. I thought that was great. They showed a lot of mutual respect. A lot of head turning and a lot of... They sized each other up. I'm not going to lie, Samuel Shaw is tough. He had to have been to go through all that with Anderson. Anderson definitely put him over. Samuel Shaw impressed me, especially during his gut check performance. I was happy that they brought him in like that. I thought it was great. Samuel Shaw versus Abyss. The match was, let's face it, Abyss got his ass handed to him. He did a few cool moves, but Samuel Shaw, I mean, Abyss hit the Black Hole Slam, and that was awesome. I was happy to see Abyss win over Samuel Shaw just because I think Samuel Shaw has it, but at least one more round with Abyss. At least one more round. If he would have jobbed to... Okay, let's look at this. Abyss. Abyss jobbing is different than Nux jobbing, because Abyss jobbing, to me, means he's putting somebody over. He put Brahm over. He put Brahm over every freaking match. Every single match. And this is my point. Versus Magnus, he lost. He should have won. Against Brahm, he should have won. The Stairway to Janice match with Brahm, he should have won that. He should have won the Monsters Ball with him. And if he would have lost to Samuel Shaw, I would have been like, okay, Abyss's job is only to put people over, which means he's going to job every single match, every single time, and that disappoints me. The entire fact that he loses so many matches anymore over winning so many matches astounds me. Former Abyss is a Grand Slam champion. He's held the television title. He's held the world title. He's held the X Division title. And if I'm not mistaken, he held the tag team titles. And I think that was with Stevie Richards. I have to look that up. But I can't right now. So I'm talking to you. I'm just rambling on and killing time. Anyway, Abyss wins with the Black Hole Slam. It was good to see he won. Like I said, Samuel Shaw, buddy, I like you, man. I like you. I like your style. I like the way you wrestle. I like your gimmick. I like your storyline. It's kind of weird, but I like it. It gives me some weird feeling inside, and nothing's twitching though. Just throwing it out there. But I like it. I like Samuel Shaw. I think he has a big future ahead of him. Right now is not the time. If he would have went into the world title match, it would have been horrible. I don't think he would have been able to keep up with the talents in there. MVP, I don't like him, but he's talented. Austin Aries, I really like him, and he's really talented. He wouldn't have been in there with the best, but you know, just looking at everybody in those matches, I don't think Samuel Shaw definitely would have been eaten alive. Yeah, he would have been eaten alive. He's got a lot of good moves, but come on now. Mr. Anderson already doesn't like him, so that would have been a fight right there. And that would have probably carried on to the outside and would have taken away from the rest of the match. And then the Gold Rush match was great. All the winners of tonight all competed. I say tonight. It was actually last night. But I watched it tonight, so it's tonight. Here on the East Coast. In the Twisted Rat's Nest. It's always tonight. To keep that in mind. Anyway, the Gold Rush 5-way was great. It was a good match. Austin Aries won it. Stacked MVP up on top of himself, and then stacked himself on top of MVP. Schoolboy style, but it was good either way. I think that all the matches, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 probably. The only reason why you don't get to 2 points is because I think the matches could have been better. Nux versus Austin Aries should have been better. Sam Shaw versus Abyss should have been better. Tajiri, nah. Versus Robbie E, no, that wasn't even. And Anderson versus Magnus was good, but it could have been better. So there it is. Austin Aries wins it. Next week he gets a chance to make his announcement of who he's going to wrestle. I'm going to be happy with whoever he picks, as long as it's not something stupid like the KO title. I think he should come out and he should say, TNA, listen, I want a shot at the television title. It's really the only male singles title he hasn't held. That would be the only title. Austin Aries is right now, take out the television title, a Grand Slam champion. He's held the world title, he's held the X Division title more than once. He's held tag team titles with Bobby Roode. Now he just needs the TV title. If he says that and says, I want to wrestle the Freak Rob Terry, I don't know. He would lose to Austin Aries. Let's say he wrestled Kaval, Low Key, I'm sorry. Or bring in Sanjay Dutt. Or he wrestles Brahm and Magnus and Brahm and Austin Aries. Or Storm, Austin Aries and Brahm. Or Austin Aries and James Storm for the television title. Just saying, variations here. We've got a lot of singles wrestlers who are over, or well, X Division don't have the weight limit anymore. But there's guys who are not X Division, like EY's X Division, but Abyss is not. Austin Aries is really, like Eric Young, can go anywhere. So you got Eric Young, Austin Aries, James Storm, Tajiri, you got Manic, you got Sonata, you've got anybody from the Menagerie. You got 3 guys from the Menagerie. You've got MVP, you've got Kenny King, you've got Mr. Anderson, you've got so many singles wrestlers that you could actually have one more singles mid-card title. Give it to Austin Aries. Have Austin Aries defend it. I'm reading today that I have been reading lately that Austin Aries' contract is coming up soon. I hate to spoil that for people, but you got to keep that in mind when the future. Is Austin Aries going to is he going to re-sign? Is he not going to re-sign? My thing is, I do believe that next week he makes his decision and then goes on to Bound for Glory and wrestles for that title at Bound for Glory. It could be a 3-way match at Bound for Glory, which I think would be great. Say Bobby Roode versus Bobby Lashley, Bound for Glory, Austin Aries, Bobby Lashley, Bobby Roode, World Heavyweight title. But I have a feeling, since Bobby Roode is going to come back and make this announcement, I have a feeling that Austin Aries is going to, now that I think about it, Austin Aries is going to go after Bobby Lashley for that World Heavyweight title. I'm a big fan of Austin Aries, yes, but he is a selfish motherfucker. He wants one thing and one thing only. He wants the gold. If I was a pro wrestler, I would do that. That's all I want. X Division title, yes, that's great. I beat everybody else in the company. There's nobody, no crucial, no X Division wrestler out there that I have not beat. And they keep coming back and they keep beating them. You know, he beat Zema Ion from one end of the globe to the other. I seen it in Elmira. He did that for an entire year. His thing is now he wants to be World Heavyweight Champion. He's been there. He's been there many times. ROH, TNA, a lot of different. I don't know indies, but I know he's held world titles in the indies. Look him up. He's held all kind of titles all over the place. He deserves at least one more run before his contract completely goes up, unless he signs. Just saying. I don't think Bobby Lashley is gonna just be like, okay, I'll take fall for him. But I think it would be a good match. Bobby Lashley's a beast, but Austin Aries, snake in the grass, I guess you could say, snake in the grass. But he's a fighter's fighter. He's a champion's champion. He's a man's man. Austin Aries, short little fucker, but he can throw down and he can kick some ass. Next week, also, is going to be Gail Kim versus the winner of last week's knockouts, knockdown, whatever you want to call it, from last week. Battle Royal, that's what it was. Havoc. I predict. And I've already said this. Many times. I predict Havoc winning. I'm not sure if I want to say it's going to be a Brock Lesnar, John Cena annihilation, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. My pee-pee twitches a little bit. Listen up. There's been rumors, and I'm going to say this, until you actually hear it from Dixie Carter, don't believe any rumors. Even the TNA news site that's out there, don't believe it. Don't believe the Spotlight. Don't believe Smarks out there saying TNA is going to die off, TNA this, TNA that. WGN America, MTV, and CMT, MTV, music televisions. Is there such thing as music televisions anymore? I miss Fuse. I miss Headbangers Ball. I miss music on TV. But everything's going to TV shows now. Reality shows. That's where it's at. Pro fucking wrestling at its finest. Who's going to pick them up? Is it going to be WGN? Is it America? Is it going to be MTV? Is it going to be CMT? Or is it going to be TNT? Eric Bischoff and his Harvey guy have this company. They're talking about picking him up. I honestly feel that Eric Bischoff needs to just stay away. And Dixie Carter needs to say, you know what, Eric Bischoff, you're an idiot. Don't come back. We don't want to be with you. But really, it's them saying, "Oh, TNA has a great future." They really talked them up. So, way to go there. But don't believe anything. Dixie Carter, listen to me closely. Dixie Carter, Madam Carter is going to make an announcement either this week, publicly, or it's going to be closer to Bound for Glory. It might even be Bound for Glory. But whoever picks them up, don't believe it. Don't believe it until you hear it from Dixie Carter herself, because she's the one supposed to be, not Goldberg, not Harvey, not Bischoff, not anybody. I was going to throw a name out there. I didn't want to do it. Don't believe anybody. Josh Matthews was seen there in TNA offices. It doesn't mean much, and it sure as hell doesn't mean anything that WWE is going to buy them, and they're not going to buy them, and that would be a bad idea. We all know what happened after WCW. So that's that. Anyway, 43 minutes in. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? Check us out on Facebook, talking about pro wrestling, indie to TNA. Subscribe to my channel at the bottom here. If you're watching this, go to YouTube. Rattocrat, Rattocrat, Rattocrat. I think I spelled that right. Anyway, check me out. Subscribe down here, and I'm gonna figure out something. I'm gonna either make a page and put everything on there, and still post it out. Everybody's gonna be able to see it. Don't worry. Everybody's gonna still be able to watch it, because you all want to see this ugly mug every single week in your face doing shit like this and making strange noises and doing Mr. Anderson stuff like that and EC3. It's fun stuff. You know what? I think I'm starting to have fun doing this. Before it was boring, and now it's not. Now I'm just talking. So, anyway, this is Ratt Man, and till next week.